Edifier is a brand in music industry that inspires such a confidence. They have so much experience and do things so well in general that when you're buying their earbuds, you're expecting everything to be great. But are these the ones? Are these the ones you should be putting on your gift list this Christmas season? Do these really stand up to the reputation this brand has created for themselves? Or are there perhaps some areas that still need a little refinement? If you're looking to answer these very questions, I'm glad you're joining me for this video, and I hope you stick around to the very end because I really do have all the answers. What's up, everybody? This is David M., the Polish Potato. I hope you are in the holiday mood just like I am here with my new Christmas backdrop. You may of course be watching this video at any time of the year, but it is being recorded at the end of November and we are getting awfully close to the winter holidays, and that means gifting season, that means purchasing season, that means discounts and deals and reaching for your wallet to maybe get something for someone special. And if that someone special happens to be an audiophile, then you may put these earbuds from Edifier on your Christmas shopping list, and then in that case, if that is the case, you will definitely want to hear all the details. So let's get right to it. The sound quality of these earbuds definitely stands up to the reputation the brand has created for themselves. You have nice, rich, natural sounding bass here, and you can boost it in the settings to get even more. You have crisp sounding mids for all the vocals and instruments in the mid-range, and you have very, very powerful treble. The highs on these earbuds are pretty good, and I actually a little bit too much for me at places, at some moments. And I started wondering recently whether, I am maybe too sensitive to high frequency sounds, but I don't think I am. And it's not just my empty opinion, it is based on some science. So number one, myself and my wife recently did the test. Online you can go to YouTube, find many different tests for how old is your hearing compared to your age. And my response to high frequency sounds ends a lot earlier than my wife's. So I don't really hear all the super high frequencies that she does, and that's proof number one. And proof number two, I of course listen to these in comparison to a lot of other earbuds. And for example, in this song, if I start hearing get on the slow train instead of get on the slow train, that means there is maybe too much tuning in the highs in particular earbuds. So if I don't hear that slow train in other earbuds, that means the ones where I do hear it may be overtuned a little bit. And this can be happening here in some recordings. So be careful with the highs. If you're not bothered by this effect at all, then of course it's not going to matter to you. But for the critical listening, I am just telling you that the highs here are super rich. Thankfully, they are tunable, and the driver that's sitting in here, two drivers actually, respond very well to those changes you make in the equalizer. So overall, the sound signature of these earbuds I would describe as very full, very beautiful sounding, very rich, very detailed. The crispiness in the mids is what gives them this sharp feeling, but also it doesn't take away any from the other frequencies. So they are overall sounding very complete. And the highs can be tuned. Everything else can be tuned to your desire, because these do come with custom equalizers, so you can make those changes all day long. And in addition to that fantastic sound signature already, the equalizer Edifier uses is absolutely the best in the industry. Because check this out, you can pick your own frequencies that you want to change. And by adjusting this little wheel in the app, you are defining what range of frequencies surrounding the one that you're changing is also going to be affected. So for those of you who really know what they're doing, this is heaven. This is the best possible equalizer you can have, because it lets you fine-tune so precisely or fine-tune a little more extensively depending on what you want to do. And those of you who don't know exactly what they're doing, I encourage you to experiment with this, because it is so much fun playing with these settings that you can spend literally all day going through your different songs and fine-tuning those details to get out those sounds and parts of the song and instruments that maybe you haven't heard before, or you didn't know you can hear so well in the recordings that are so familiar to you. So highest praise, best scores, definitely wonderful job, Edifier, when it comes to tuning and the sound signature and the sound quality of the Neobuds 2 Pro. The ergonomics are actually the one area that I may question a little bit, because first of all, my personal experience with these, they do not fit perfectly into my ears. They stick out. I think they are a little bulky, a little big, and I try to do my best to, you know, insert them properly. I can even pull my ear back, and while they fit, it's not a perfect fit. It's not a smooth, super ideal fit like I get with, for example, the Soundpeats Air 4 Pro. So if you look at the difference in size and profiling of these, it's not huge, but it is considerable, and you can see it that they are definitely bulkier, bigger, and take up more space, even though they are quite similar compared to, for example, Neko Cake from Moondrop. You're going to be pretty much in the same vicinity. They are just bulkier, bigger, although I don't know, it's just different profiling, different shape. They don't take that much more space, but there's definitely a difference. What else do we have here? Let's put them next to the Sony's, of course, the XM5, and this is like totally different type of earbud, but the part that goes in your ear in case of this Edifier is actually way bigger than with Sony, and that makes for the difference in the fit. So I don't know, I have a feeling we may be all over the place here with these ergonomics for different people. Some will tell you, and those will be probably people with bigger ears, that they fit very well. And I know already that some of you won't be able to fit them at all, because I think I have pretty average size ears. I can tell you that the Soundpeats Air 4 Pro fit like a glove. They are absolutely perfect for my ears. I can wear them all day. They feel like they were molded to my ear. I have no problems with these. Sony's feed okay. I absolutely have no problem with the Technics AZ80. They are totally different shape, but the part that goes into your ear is very similarly shaped actually to this Edifier, and I have zero problems holding these in my ears all day long. I have zero problems with the TWS1 Pro 2 from Edifier, and those are also sort of similarly shaped when you look at just the part that sits inside your ear, and these also stay in my ears perfectly well for long listening sessions. So it's kind of strange to me that I wasn't able to create that perfect fit with these, and it makes me think that maybe they are just a little bit too bulky and too big. But again, that's just my personal experience. I'm not discouraging you from buying them for this reason. You can always get them and return them if they don't fit well, but you should definitely try them if you're buying them mainly for the sound quality. Now we're going to hit the area that is definitely going to bring them up in rankings again if the ergonomics category maybe brought them down just slightly, because the visual aspect of these earbuds is something else. First of all, the case and the looks of the earbuds themselves, very original. No one else does exactly this on the market. This is just well designed, visually appealing. I love it. But then there's the whole unboxing experience, and let me tell you guys, nobody does packaging like Edifier. It is just second to none. There's raised parts, embossed, textured parts on the box. That's also already nice to the touch, nice first impression. Then you take it out of the outer cover and you are greeted with something that communicates upscale. So you open it like this and the earbuds are in here. There's a nice foamy part here that looks like sound deadening material that you would have on the wall in your studio. So that's already a fantastic way to tie it all together. And then of course the earbuds sit in another nice cutout. It all just looks good and has such a beautiful visual appeal. It definitely elevates your user experience and makes you think that someone really took their time, spent their time, really took care to make you feel better as a customer, because it could have been just in a layer of very easily molded plastic. But no, every single material here is nicely, purposefully dedicated to making all the package look and feel nicer. And this is definitely appreciated. Another piece that enhances the aesthetics and adds the functionality is this cool looking bag pouch that's also included in the beautiful box. And guess what? This is simply for you to take your Edifier Neobuds 2 Pro case and drop it in here, and you can carry this around, and it gives you additional protection. So if you want to put them in your backpack on your work bag or a side pocket of your car, it won't get scratched. This bag will provide plenty of protection so that whenever you take this case out, it will remain beautiful, scratch free, damage free, and you'll be able to keep enjoying your Edifier earbuds looking like new. They also come with 6 additional ear tip sizes. So if the supplied default ear tip, which makes it number 7, doesn't fit your ears perfectly, doesn't let you create that perfect seal, then you have all the other ones to experiment with. Unfortunately, in my case, the one that sits on them worked best, but still I'm just missing that feeling of a perfect fit. Even though this didn't really didn't matter when it comes to the next topic of this review, which is the ANC. And yes, that is going to be another high score for Edifier, because guys, the ANC on these earbuds is really good. I would not be afraid to put them up against the other leading brands on the market right now in the industry, because when I turn on the high noise cancelling, this also comes with several different noise cancelling modes that you can adjust from the app. We'll talk about this a little later. But when I put them on the high noise cancelling mode, I am in my own world with my music. Actually, right before I started recording this video today, there was some angry truck outside my window doing some work in the neighborhood, and it was really so loud that I couldn't begin the recording. So I listened to the Edifier a little more, and as soon as I put them in my ears, this annoying noise was completely tuned out. So as far as conversation in the room, regular cafe noise, even like high level bar noise or whatever circumstance that has annoying noises you want to get rid of, you want to listen these in, I guarantee you this high noise cancellation ANC will work. And when your music is at 50 to 75% loudness, you will be in your own bubble without any disruption and noise pollution whatsoever coming into your ears, and you'll be able to just focus on your music. Fantastic. I think this is very, very well done. And again, high praise to Edifier for doing such a great job with ANC in the industry, in the world, packed with people advertising high noise level cancellation that doesn't always work, nowhere near as the hype would suggest. The controls part of this review is going to be pretty quick, because you tap the midsection of each earbud to apply controls, and they work very well. They are really responsive to the touches. The sequence, default sequence, is on the screen, and you can modify it in almost any way you see fit to match your preferences or match the sequence of taps that you are used to from using other earbuds. What I would like to focus more on is the app, because that's really where all the magic happens. So here's what happens, and here's what I really love about all this system. When you have your earbuds already on and you start this app, it connects immediately. It picks up the actual product range and then it goes straight to the actual earbuds you're wearing. Absolutely working 100% of the time. I love it. There's no lag. There's no message that says looking for earbuds. You know, you don't have to look for them. They're right here, right next to the phone. It should be an instant and immediate connection, and that's what it is in this case. Absolutely wonderful. The first screen takes you through different noise canceling modes. So if you're flying, you tap this airplane icon here for high noise cancellation. If you're in a cafe and the noise level is moderate, you tap the coffee cup to have moderate noise level cancellation. And if you're in a library, but there are still some noises that bother you, you can tap the book icon for low noise level cancellation. And then, of course, you have ambient sound mode, which works like many other earbuds. It's basically the transparency mode that sends all the surrounding noises straight into your ears, removing the natural barrier that the earbuds create just by sitting in your ears, or at least trying to remove that. It's not the most amazing transparency mode or ambient sound mode I have ever had in earbuds, but it works pretty well. I would place it at the upper range of all the earbuds that I have ever tested, because I don't really have much to complain about. I just don't think it does 100% as great of a job as, for example, the Technics AZ80, but it's definitely, again, nothing to complain about. What's interesting here is that they do have a dedicated wind noise reduction mode, which we will definitely test in the later part of this review. You can also set them to game mode, and you can have them in the spatial audio, which then reacts to the movement of your head. So, for example, the music will always sound like it's coming from one direction, and if you turn your head to the left, it will come from the right. If you turn it to the right, it will come from the left, and so on and so on. I'm not a fan of this sort of gimmicky features, but then we go to the sound effects section, and there are only two presets, classic and dynamic. Classic I already absolutely love. I think it's great, but personally I go with the customized equalizer, because that is, again, where all the true magic happens. I mentioned this in the beginning of this review. You can spend literally all day playing with these wheels and sliders, going all over the place, changing these parameters and seeing what happens. This is a really, really advanced, wonderful tool that lets you have so much fun with this sound signature, testing it all around on all your favorite songs, getting noises out of music that you had no idea existed before, if you apply all these different settings to the music you thought you knew so well. Having mentioned all these great features already, we are nowhere near the end of what this app offers, because then you can go to the settings. You have the entire user manual here that you can access online and read about everything in detail if you wish so. You have 3 different modes for the wearing detection. You have Find My Earbuds feature. If you happen to misplace them, you can power them off from the app. You have a shutdown timer. If you tend to fall asleep in your earbuds, you set that to whatever amount of time gets you where you need to be, which is asleep, and they will just shut off automatically, not draining your battery. I feel like some of you will nitpick this app and find things that are not in it, but to me it's one of the best apps as far as support for earbuds goes, because it has incredible functionality and I love it. I already mentioned the case earlier, so just a few more quick words. It is a really good looking one. It is stylish, and it provides another layer of customization because this light here is programmable. You can change the color that you want it to display in the app. And now imagine this in black. I got these in beige and I think they're good looking, but I think in black this really would be absolutely beautiful. But the most important part about the case is that it makes it easy to get these earbuds out. That is also due to the earbuds shape, but it's also mostly due to the horizontal layout, and that's the way it should be. I am so over cases that make it difficult to get the earbuds out. So everybody, please take notice. This really matters to the end user. I've seen a lot of comments from people who say they absolutely hate it when they have to struggle getting their earbuds out of the case, and I am with them. I don't understand why we have to do that if design like this is possible, and it makes it so dead easy to take them out and put them in. There's a USB charging port on the back here, so it lays flat when you charge it, and then I don't have a single point of contention for this case. It is just absolutely the exemplary one. Everybody else should pay attention because Edifier has got it. The batteries last around 6.5 hours. That's what I was getting in my tests on a single charge. You get a total of 22, including the power stored inside the case. While they're not the longest lasting earbuds on the market that you can get, all this beautiful technology and powerful features have to come at a cost of an increased power consumption. And let's face it, 22 hours total is really not bad. They will still take you through very long day. And of course, if you don't think this is enough, get a power bank and connect it to the back of the case via USB-C, and you will keep going with absolutely no problems, because 15 minutes of fast charging gets you up to 2 hours of playtime. What a great power ratio feature. And now for the last but not least section of this review that I know a lot of you pay a lot of attention to. We're going to go out and test the 4 microphones in each of these earbuds that are responsible for resolving your voice from any environment you're in. And I have to say that this used to be Edifier's Achilles heel, and an area where they definitely needed to introduce some considerable improvement. So have they done it? Are we at the point where you can totally rely on these earbuds now when making phone calls, or are we still in the place where sound signature is wonderful, but you're better off taking them out of your ears when someone calls you and you need to answer this call right away? So let's get out there and find out in David M's real life test. All right, guys, welcome to David M's real life phone call quality in earbuds test. We're always starting with something easy, like sitting in an idling car where there isn't much noise pollution going on. So these 4 microphones built into each earbud of the Edifier Neobuds Pro 2 can comfortably pick our voice from the surrounding environment and have absolutely no problems rendering it clearly and completely and without any distortion. But now, as you noticed, I cracked the windows open and I'm going to start driving and get to 50 miles per hour to see what changes in the quality of my voice, in the quality of the phone call that you might be making in your daily life using these earbuds, when the conditions, the auditory conditions, the sonic environment around you is not so supportive anymore. So now we are hitting 50 miles an hour. We have wind coming into the cabin of this car, and these earbuds do come with a wind noise reduction algorithm that is supposed to take care of not. Let me get closer to the window and see if this makes a difference. Do you hear more noise, more wind noise right now? So this algorithm is supposed to effectively cut out this wind noise and only keep your voice coming through, so the other person on the other end of this call can hear you clearly and you can maintain pristine conversation even when you're daily commuting and there's a lot of similar noises around you. So microphones for phone calls have been not so great on Edifier earbuds that I tested before. Our question that we want to answer today is, has this changed? And if it changed, Did it change enough? Did it improve enough for you to consider buying these as your only earbuds that you would use for everything in your life? Not only music listening, but also making daily phone calls comfortably, trusting that the processing of your voice is good in any conditions and you don't have to worry about the quality of your call. I'm going to slow down and switch to the second sample of earbuds for today's video. So today I decided to do something different than I normally do. I usually put the tested earbuds against competition from other brands. And today I'm going to put them against Edifier's own X5, which is a lower end offering. It doesn't have extensive features. They do have fantastic ergonomics. These are the best ergonomics ever, and they could compete against anybody in that department. The sound quality is okay. It doesn't really match the Neobuds Pro 2 because these cost a lot less, so I wouldn't even expect them to. But the big question is, of course, can they perform for phone calls? In case you were wondering how Edifier compares to their own other products, I have not tested these before. I have no idea what's going to happen. I have no idea how good or bad they perform. With the Neobuds Pro 2, I have to admit I ran this test before, so I at least had a vague idea of what we could expect. I have no idea what to expect with these. All I know is that they have dual microphones per earbud, so maybe that's an indicator that the performance is not going to be the same. We can probably expect a little lower performance, but let's not call the day before the sunset and see what actually happens when I come back to the studio and review these videos. All I want to do is have 3 different samples for you guys to have good comparison range. And with that, we're going to slow down and switch to the third earbud for today. And finally, the third Edifier baby for the day is the TWS1 Pro 2. I absolutely love them for their audio quality, for their sound, for listening to music. But I do have to admit, I have tested them before and I wasn't thrilled with how they did in that first test. So let's see if maybe something changed since then, but let's also see how they compare against the other 2. I wanted to bundle all these 3 in one video so you guys can have these 3 samples and you can go back and forth among them, between them, and figure out which of these earbuds sounds best to you when you're making your purchasing decisions. Back in the studio, you guys heard it. These earbuds have almost no weak points. This test proves that Edifier has done their homework. They have moved forward so much. They have done so great when it comes to processing our voice, human voice, with these earbuds, using the 4 microphones per earbud and the algorithm that is responsible for selecting our voice from the environment and rejecting what's not necessary, what's noisy, and what's annoying. Really, really great job. I hope you enjoyed this review, and I hope you've come to the decision that the price point at which they are being offered is not that high, considering all the goodness that you're getting for your hard-earned money. If you have questions and comments, please post them below. I will be happy to respond as soon as I can, and I will see you soon for another great review. I hope you guys are already having a wonderful holidays season of 2023, and if you're watching this video past the holidays, I hope you're having a wonderful new year.